Albert.
All right, what's up, folks? So today is January the 15th, 2024, and we're going to make a script. And this script, I actually made it already, and it performed fairly well. But now I was only making this to assist a fellow coder with their program. They were having some issues with their program, and I decided to go ahead and help them out. And as I did that, I put together just a random, just super simple, basic code. Applied to the NQ, the futures, it seemed to do fairly well. So over the last, I guess it's back maybe 2 months now. The chart that was applied was from November the 5th, and it seemed to do pretty well with returned. But I'll get into it here in just a minute. Give me a second while I get this together. Okay, so this will be a quick video, but here is the equity curve that it produced. The script was simple. Like I said, it's not going to say that it's proprietary or anything like that because it was super simple. It probably should be, maybe, I don't know, but it's simple enough that I think anybody can have this, right? Again, I'm not a licensed professional financial advisor or anything like that, so you can take all this with a grain of salt. But the gentleman was saying that he was having troubles with the orders being populated, with the orders showing up. So when the condition was met for it to go long, when the short position or to sell was met, that it wouldn't go short. So he gave his basic little snippet of code that just said that you would go when the condition was met, that you would buy long entry, one contract next bar, so many points, and then you would sell next bar, so many points as your stop loss. And then if you did a short entry, if the condition was met, you did a short entry, you buy the next bar, and then you cover so many points. And I just put the number 2 for the number of points for it to cover or take profit, or so this idea part here was not mine. So, and I know it's very basic. Like I say, you just covering or taking profit at a number of points, but it seemed to work. So the code that I put on just to make this work, because he just gave this part, and so I needed to come up with something just to fill in the blanks so that we had a condition that would go long and we had a condition that would go short. So the condition that I put in was pretty much just saying, for a long condition, was that we had a volume less than the six bar volume, and that low was lower than the bar before it. The bar before its low was lower than the one before it, and then the low bar, and then that low was lower than the bar before it. So it looks like you have like 3 successive lows, with that final bar having a volume lower than the 6 bar average. Now that's what you want to take on your long. So essentially you have, like I said, several bars going lower. And why aren't the dots showing up anymore? Here are the dots. Yeah, I have to play with it a little bit longer, but like I said, when you put in a strategy, it did something very fascinating. And then for the short condition, it was just saying that it was a bullish bar and that the high was higher than the bar before it, and that there was large volume at the top. So there was large volume in that bar with the volume over the 6-period bar average of volume. Like I said, that was a condition for the long. There was a condition for the short. Put that into to the strategy, and I went ahead and verified it. And after verifying it, I got this result, which is it's got some drawdown, right? It's got some drawdown for sure, but it moves. It's trending up, so that's good. I haven't even looked at the performance summary. Would have made 13 grand in the last month or a month and a half, and profitability 20% profitable. I mean, that's not huge, right? Actually, that's not really great at all. So the risk to reward must be pretty good by the time you actually take these executions, because for a profitability rate to be that low, it's got to be making more gains on the win side than it does losses on the loss side. Like I said, for a profitability rate to be that low and it still to be profitable. So I'm curious though how it's taken so many entries when the long condition that I have set up for it doesn't seem to call for that many entries. All right, so this is the one. This is the one that I made. The show me. All right, so for the show me for the long, it should plot on the screen, plot at the low, and we want to make that blue. And then if we get that short condition, which was this condition 2, then we want to plot red. So we're just going to remove the condition statement, and then that way we can get it to plot. Okay. Yeah, well, it does show up that many times actually. So yeah, there's your longs, or there's your longs, and there's your shorts, your red dots, blue dots and red dots, blue dots and red dots, blue dots and red dots, and not too shabby. I wonder why it didn't take this one though, because that would be criteria for a short entry. And you know what? Honestly, I think that was part of his concern, was that it wasn't always taking every entry, and it was intermittently not taking every entry. So why would it do that? And even I'm just going to look at it based on the setup that I have here, the conditions that I have here. I don't know what his conditions were, but conditions I have here, again, that the volume is less than the 6. Oh, it did take it. Never mind. I'm sorry. It took the long entry here, right? So the blue dot is here, and so it will buy on the next bar. So, and I've done a lot more with scripting than I have with strategies, with just kind of conditions and everything than I have strategies. But I don't know that there's a way. You got to have the condition first, and then I think most of the time you do have to enter on the next bar. I don't know that you can enter on the same bar. And maybe you can if you have intra-bar value and update on every tick turned on, kind of a thing where you go to the study and you have like update value intra-bar. If you have that turned on, then it can update intra-bar and put you in a position on the bar. But I don't know that you can do that with buying. I know that once you get into a position that it can, as soon as you get into the position, you can set a stop loss or a take profit. And so then that will be pretty much a market order when it gets there. So that won't be open, high, low, close bar related. But as far as getting into a bar and getting into a position, yeah, we have the signal there and the entry there. And here we have a signal there, and I guess it took the exit here. Signal to get in here, short, got in short, stopped out, looks like it stopped out same bar, in short, stopped same bar. Well, it really doesn't have, okay, the entry was here, up here, and then it got stopped out because it wicked down. And then I guess it exited at the close. Definitely seems to be. And then here, long entry, went up to here and exited. The short again entered. The signal here entered here, but then stopped out same bar. These shorts are all losses. Looks like these shorts are all losses for the most part. So if we could do something about these shorts being losers like this, then that might be a profitable strategy for NQ. Let me see here. So we're just going to go to strategy and we're going to take out if short condition. We're just going to take that out altogether. And maybe it could be updated so it could make it a little bit more profitable. But for now, that's just looking like that's just in the way. Okay, so we took that out. It didn't help things, right? So net profit is now 4,000. Well, I think it was 3,000 before, right? It was 3,000 before. And I mean, that looks worse. I mean, that's a huge drawdown there. Probably the short entries prevented you from getting into all those longs, but I still think those short entries were not great. So that was $4,000. Oh, that was $4,000, and I don't care what the profitability is. It didn't look great on the curve. $4,000, 18% profitable, which is less than it was before. It was 20% profitable before. We're going to verify that, and when we come back over, it looks better. 20%. And oh yeah, it's actually way more. Not $3,000. It made $13,000. So somehow those shorts made sense. Those shorts added to the overall P&L. So very good. Sheesh. With one contract at a time. If this thing made $13,000 one contract at a time over the last month and a half or so, then this is the contract. This is the strategy I need to be using. Forget all the technical. All right. Anyway, this is a blip in our progression, but I just wanted to share that with you. Like I said, it was a request that he was looking for some assistance on his longs and his entries and his exits. So I'm not sure how I can help him anymore, but I did. I'm gonna share the video with him so that he can see how I have this set up here. And if you're watching, Srid, it looks like. So initially, when I was working on this, because again, I'm not a professional programmer by any extent or a professional coder, but I've just been doing a lot here recently, and I've been working with this system for the last year, 2 years or so. But initially, I had all these as inputs because I typically have my inputs at the top of my screen. So I just kind of copy what you had, paste it into my chart, and then copy and pasted my conditions here. But of course, if you have inputs declared at the top, you cannot then change the inputs further in the chart. So instead of this being input, this needs to be variable. Like I said, I don't know what kind of issues you're having, but and then you can leave that as whatever you had it on yours. So all right, well, I hope this helped. Hey, what's up, NASCAR? So last week was no good for me, NASCAR. It was no good. I think I took more L's than I did wins, and pretty much like finished flat for the week. That's what I did. It was crazy because, and of course I'm sim trading on the sim account, and I'm doing technical discretionary trading, but everything was pretty much on the ES, but I would get down 500 or 400 for the day at my limit, and then I work my way, and then I'm up like 1,000 for the day, and then I find my way back down to pretty much break even for the day. So I did that like 3 out of 5 days of the week last week. So if I can harness the wins and just be patient and sit out the losses, I'll be good, right? And then today I traded, like I said, just discretionary, just looking at technical analysis. Today I traded ES, and I about finished flat on ES, which of course the market stopped there at 1 o'clock. But and then I traded NQ, and all these are just one contract at a time, so there's no stacking or anything like that. No fading in or out. But I traded NQ, and I was up NQ like 500 for the day on my sim account. Let me see. I don't even know if I can pull it up. But that was today. So today was okay, and last week, like I said, making silly mistakes, and just not doing the best with it. But how did you do last week? But I tell you, NASCAR, I am really, now that I'm doing a lot more with the coding and is feeling back, I'm getting the groove of it and everything. I really do want to put together some basic code and just let something run on some of these penny stocks. Just let some of this code run on the penny stocks while I worry about technical analysis on the larger and futures and the larger cap stocks. So this was what I did today on ES and NQ. I don't know why NQ isn't showing up. Forex, I don't even trade Forex. Losses. This long-term margin trading. Here we go. Oh, this because it's doing 100 days. Well, there we go. ES was down 150, and it was going in the direction where it would have closed flat, but market stopped at 1 o'clock, so it just kind of it fizzled there, and then I just went ahead and cut it loose. And then NQ, I was up 685. So if I could capture that kind of money in the day, then that'd be great. And I know commissions took probably about 150 off of that because I took a number of trades. So let's see on the chart. Yeah, so you see ES was moving. I think I had my take profit like up here somewhere, and it would have like literally put me flat for the day. But or maybe it was right here, would have put me flat for the day. And then NQ was a little bugger. It was moving around great, and I took a lot of profits. Like most of my trades on NQ were profitable. I think maybe all of them, except for maybe one or two. And I can get with that. Let's see, settings, show trades. Yeah, so this is NQ. So I was in and out throughout the entire thing. So and like with my discretionary trading, with my technical analysis, I've really been looking a lot more at like I said, the moves, the structure, as well as the volume. So I'm finding that groove again, and I'm excited about that. So we're just gonna keep plugging on. Small cap market slowed down. Wasn't here traded at all. Oh man, what is vacation, NASCAR? What in the world is vacation? You the hardest working man out here. I know you don't take vacations. I'm sure that you were watching while you were on vacation. There's no doubt about that. So, but and so then that's the thing. How much attention do you have to have in a stock, in a position when you're trading? Are you giving it your full attention, or is it something that you're just kind of doing whimsically? And yeah, man, whimsically trading is lends to gambling, right? So you do have to be a bit focused, especially if you're doing the discretionary trading. And that's why I like the scripting in the algo part, right? Is because you can turn that thing on, and that thing is going to trade for you, and you don't have to. I mean, emotions are out of it, right? So once you go on vacation, you just let that thing keep running. You let it keep running. 4 o'clock. Yeah, it's still set for the bell to go off. One of the things I did look at last week, though, is like I said, I was able to pull up the Portfolio Maestro, and you know what? I don't even have NQ on there because I'm curious of how this same script would perform, like using Portfolio Maestro. Like I don't know. Let's go back a year. 365 days. Let's see how that curve changes, because that was 50 days and it was profitable. Let's see what it looks like over the year. And this is without any type of performance optimization or anything like that, because we could use a performance optimization and change that tick input, the stop loss, the range. We could adjust for that, and if we adjust it for that, we might find some better results, some optimized results. But over the past year, gotta give us something different. Interestingly enough, made the same amount of money over the last year as it would have just the last week and a half. So the last year would have put you flat, right? No, I'm looking at something wrong. That's still only going, 822, 821.22. How many trades is that? That doesn't seem right. I mean, that's right. Huh. So what did I have it at before? 165 days. We had it at 50 days. Yeah, and at 50 days, 600 trades. Put us at about 14 grand. And then if we made it to 365 days, 365 days, we are at... Oh, it did change. It didn't change the first time. Now that is more like it. Yes, sir. With this strategy that we just looked at, over 1 year, this curve looks phenomenal. This past year anyway. I mean, you know, what do they say? Past results don't indicate blah, 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 blah. You know, that thing? Yeah. So, I mean, the market has been, if it's moving up, then it's going to capture the move up. But however, that's not necessarily the case, because I've been in trades before. I've been in markets before where it was bullish and I still lost money. So, but this thing is up 32 grand. No, why is it? No, okay, over here. All right, so about 50 grand, 55 grand, one contract at a time with that very simple script. It took me less time to write that script than it's taken me to write any script. I'm upset about that. I actually am bothered by that. But wow. Wow. Okay, well, whatever, man. I'm gonna go. NASCAR, look like you tapped out for a bit. So hopefully I catch you next time. You are a consistently showing up member of this community, and I appreciate you for it. But yeah, man, type something in the chat. Give me a simple strategy that you want me to look up, right? That you want me to kind of make a script for and back test. I think you had mentioned something at one time about a Fibonacci, and I looked at it, and you know, I was able, I think, or maybe at the time I was just coming up with a script that would plot the Fibonacci levels. So if you got another idea for Fibonacci or some other strategy, let me know what it is. If I can get into the basics of the indicator, if I can get into the code of the indicator and come up with something reproducible where I can add it and implement it to the chart, then then I'll do that, and then we'll optimize it and we'll see what the best fit is for said instrument, micro cap, small cap, large cap, whatever. But yeah, man, I will catch you guys later. I mean, what do you think about that, right? Jesus, performance summary on that, 53,000. Only 16% profitable, but again, if the reward is outweighing the risk, then your script can be less profitable, but you can make that much more money, right? So the select profit factor is 1.47. So for every dollar that every dollar that you lose, you're making $1.50, something like that. I think that's the way they talk about profit factor. But anyway, all right, guys. This is Eric. I'm out. Peace.